30M, too cowardly to live a normal 30M life. 30 male and I still live with my parents. I've realized over the past few years that I've barely grown up and I'm no closer to living like a grown up than I was when I was 12. I have a full-time job, but I don't spend any of my money. I have about $100,000 in savings because of that. I hate to spend any money at all on anything that's not necessary like a gas change or car repairs. I sometimes do, 2 or 3 times a year. I might buy $50 worth of games on Steam, but feel like a spendthrift when I do. I have wanted to put more hours into my job, but I find that I can hardly focus on my job as much as I used to back in the day. I am late on all of my tickets, I have 50 items in my backlog, and I find myself to move excruciatingly slow when I deal with them. I could work 24 hours a day, 5 days a week there would still be more to do. I think it's all just a big waste of time and effort. I am working 9 to 6 every day, sometimes 9 to 7, essentially for no reason but to please my folks. I can't stand to live with my parents anymore, as I'm not free to organize my day or my life how I want to. Anything I'm doing, whether it's important or not, has to be dropped whenever there's some inane chore that needs to be doing. And if I do anything, I need to run it by them first and get their approval. I can't drive anywhere without texting them when I go and when I arrive. Though I don't really go anywhere except work. My last refill was in April, because I've been WFH since. I've considered moving out, but I find it hard to actually look for a place while working simultaneously. If I have to worry over looking at offers near me constantly, and calling, and trying to be quick so as to actually be able to submit my application, I can't focus on my work. Additionally, whenever I've submitted apartments to my father for approval, there's always a reason why the apartment is a bad choice. It's in a bad neighborhood, it's too small, it's too expensive, it's too far away, it's too hot in the summer, the bathroom is too small. I just defer to him, because he's probably right. I don't know why I can't do anything without the approval of my parents even at 30. Whenever I try, I just can't. I can't even picture doing something without at least warning them first. It's more than a mental block, it's like a paralysis. Any advice on the internet I've ever had goes ignored because of this, because at some point it always involves putting my foot down and forcing my will. I feel that there were times in my life when I should have rebelled more against my parents, but I didn't because I didn't want to rock the boat or make waves, and I hate confrontation of any kind, so now I'm 30 but they still treat me the same way they did when I was 12. These days I barely even do anything in my free time. I just spend it all worrying about how long this is going to go on for. More than anything, I hate this situation because it's making me bad at my job. As the years go on I find that I can focus less and less, that my patience for anything is extremely short. I find myself to have become the kind of cold, easily irritable person I never would have liked to be. It pains me, because in my view I did everything correctly. I worked hard in school, I try to work hard at my job, I pay my taxes, I drive under the speed limit, I don't smoke or drink or anything. Perhaps my only fault was that I never bothered to befriend anyone, and yet how can it be that I am at the bottom rung of the ladder? How pathetic am I in your view? I've looked a lot on the internet to try and find people with similar problems, but I've never really found anyone in a similar situation. I have never seen someone less assertive, less dependent, less free than me. I just don't know what to do with my life anymore. My only outlet is venting about it on the internet once every few years. What would you do if you suddenly found yourself in my shoes?